राम कलीम अल्लाह पहला, हठ निग्रह कर काया छीजै, व्रत तपन कर मन नहीं पीजै, राम नाम सर अवर न पूजै, गुर सेव मना हर जन संग की जय, जम जंदार जोह नहीं साकै, सरपन डस न सकै हर कारस पी जय, रहाओ। There is no other worship at par with the recitation of God's true name, as the body gets destroyed by working under obstinate means with force, or even by observing fasts and performing penance. The mind does not get immersed in Vaheguru as anger gets increased. O my mind, let us serve the Guru in the company of holy saints. By partaking the nectar of God's true name, the horrible Yama cannot harm you for punishing you, and the serpent Maya, worldly falsehood, cannot bite you with its poisonous teeth. The love of Maya cannot bother you. Pause. वाद पड़ै रागी जग पी जय, त्रैगुण बिख्या जन्म मरी जय, राम नाम बिन दुख सही जय, चाड़स पवन सिंहासन पी जय, नौली करम खट करम करी जय, राम नाम बिन बिरथा सास ली जय. People who are engrossed in various worldly wrangles, like reciting rags in the hope of pleasing others, engrossed in three-pronged Maya, they are passed through cycle of births and deaths. This human being, without reciting true name, undergoes sufferings and pangs of cycle of rebirths. There are some people who perform various yogic exercises, like stopping the breath, or sing asan, the exercise to hold breath, and feel pleased with these exercises. There are some other engaged in yoga and perform Nyolikaram, certain yogic exercises along with 6 functions, but there is no joy or peace of mind gained by such things. In fact, this life goes to waste without the recitation of true name. अंतर पंच अगन क्यों तीर जेती जय, अंतर चोर क्यों साथ लही जय, गुरमुख होए काया गढ़ ली जय, अंतर मैल तीरथ पर मी जय, मन नहीं सोचा क्या सोच करी जय, किरत पया दोष का को दी जय. How could this woman have peace and tranquility of mind as long as the fire of 5 vices is burning within? How can one partake the nectar of true name as long as this mind is not free from vicious thoughts of 5 thieves? It is only by winning the fort of this body through Guru's guidance that one could enjoy the bliss of true name. When the mind is full of filth and dirt, vicious thoughts, due to dual-mindedness, then bathing at holy places cannot help. As long as the mind is not purified with the recitation of true name, the purity of body which remains impure is of no use. When human being has to bear the fruit of one's own earlier actions, then whom should we blame for our misfortunes? अन्न न खाहे देहि दुख दी जय, बिन गुर ज्ञान त्रिपत नहीं थी जय, मन मुख जन्मै जन्म मरी जय, सतगुर पूछ संगत जन की जय, मन हर राचय नहीं जन्म मरी जय, राम नाम बिन क्या कर्म की जय, ऊंदर दूंदर पास तरी जय, तुर की सेवा राम रवि जय, नानक नाम मिलाए कृपा प्रभु की जय. What is the use of not eating food and making this body to undergo suffering, as without Guru's guidance and knowledge the mind cannot feel satisfied? The self-willed person is born time and again in cycle of births and deaths. Let us join the company of holy saints through Guru's guidance. Thus we could get away from cycle of births and deaths by imbibing the love of God in our heart. What is the use of all other actions without recitation of God's true name? Let us get rid of the rat of our egoism and dual-mindedness which is causing us this noise in the mind. The best way to serve God is to recite true name of God with love and devotion. O Nanak, the person who is blessed with God's grace attains the opportunity of reciting true name. Ram Kali Mahalla Pehla अंतर उतभुज अवन न कोई जो कहिए सो प्रभते होई जुग है जुगंतर साहिब सच सोई उत्पत पर लो अवर न कोई ऐसा मेरा ठाकुर गहर गंभीर जिन जपया तिन ही सुख पाया हर के नाम न लगे जम तीर रहाओ. The being created by four sources of creation, like the vegetation, have been created by God, and there is no other second power. Whatever we see around us or hear has been created by God. There is only one true God throughout various ages. The whole creation and destruction, including sustenance, is controlled by God Almighty. My true master is great and deep for probe. Whosoever has recited his true name has enjoyed the eternal bliss of life with the support of true name, and death does not affect such people. Pause. Naam Ratan Hira Nirmol Sacha Sahib Amratol Jeva Suchi Sacha Bol करदर साचा नाही रो. एक बन में बैसे डूगर स्थान नाम बिसार पचह अभिमान नाम बिना क्या ज्ञान त्यान गुरमुख पावे दरगह मान. Jewel of God's true name is more valuable than the diamond, even as a God is immortal and his true name is limitless. By reciting this true name with the tongue, it gets purified, and there's no denying that true God is abiding within us. There are some people who leave their homes and live in jungles or hide themselves in caves and mountains, but such people, without the support of true name, engrossed in egoism, they remain. The Guru-minded people are received with honor in Vahiguru's presence. Nothing could be gained in the form of knowledge or worship without the support of true name. हट अहंकार करे नहीं पावे पाठ पढ़े ले लोग सुनावे तीरथ परमस ब्याद न जावे नाम बिना कैसे सुख पावे जतन करे बिंद किवे न रहाई मनुआ डोले नर के पाई जमपुर बाधोल है सजाई बिन नावे जियो जुलबुल जाई सिद्ध साधिक खेते मुन देवा हठ निग्रह न त्रिपता है पेवा शब्द विचार गए गुर सेवा मंतन निर्मल अभिमान भेवा करुम मिलय पावै सच नाम तुम शरणागत रहो सुभाओ तुम ते उपजो भगति पाओ जप जापो गुरुमुख हर नाओ. We cannot attain God by developing egoism or by doing formal rites. Some people try to gain honor by reading books of lore or making others hear it. We cannot rid ourselves of malady of egoism by roaming around at holy places. Without true name, we cannot enjoy bliss. This woman makes lots of efforts but cannot control mind even for a moment. With an unsteady mind, he is thrown into hell without the support of true name. Human frets and fumes and faces punishments at the hands of Yama, being taken in chains. There are many siddhas, mendicants, along with munis and many gods and goddesses who have controlled their mind and subdued their sensual desires with lot of effort, but have not been satisfied or attained God. However, people who have meditated on Guru's word through Guru's guidance, they have attained God. Such people have purified their body and mind by casting away their egoism. The fortunate ones, predestined by God's will, attain God. Let us therefore take the support of true name in normal routine. When we get imbued with love of God through His worship, then we can engage ourselves in the recitation of true name through Guru's guidance. Home garb jaye man pine, झूठ न पावस पाखंड कीने, बिन गुर शब्द नहीं कारबार, नानक गुरमुख तात विचार. Just by talking, telling lies, or doing formal rituals, one cannot get united with God. One could inculcate the love of God in one's heart by getting rid of ego. O Nanak, no one has gained God's knowledge or self-realization without the support of Guru's word. But we could attain the true name, the crux, the center of all achievements, through Guru guidance alone. Rang Kali Mahalla Pehla, ज्यों आया त्यों जावे बोरे, ज्यों जन्मे त्यों मरण पया, ज्यों रस भोग किए तेता दुख लागे, नाम विसार पग जल पया. तन तन देखत गर्भ गया, खनिक कामनी स्यों हेत विधाये, कि नाम विसारे परम गया. रहाओ. O foolish man, you leave this world as empty-handed as you were born, and you undergo sufferings at the time of your death as you had suffered at the time of your birth. O human being, you'll have to suffer various afflictions based on the worldly pleasures enjoyed by you in this life. Without the support and recitation of true name, you are engrossed in fruitless efforts in this ocean of life. O human, you are feeling proud by seeing your beautiful and strong body and your wealth. Having discarded God's true name, you are engrossed in the love of Maya, and you have developed love for wealth, gold, and beauty, but none of this is of any use. Pause. जत सत संयम सील न राख्या, प्रेत पिंजर में कासट भया, पुण्य दान स्नान संयम, साध संगत बिनु बाध जया. लालच लागे नाम बिसारियो, आवत जावत जनुम गया. जा जम ताए केस गह मारे, सुरत नहीं मुख काल गया. ऐनिस निंदा तात पराई, हृदय नाम न सर्व दया. बिन गुर शब्द न गतपत पाहे, राम नाम दिन नरक गया. You're behaving like a mad person, leading a life of fruitless efforts without practicing truth, celibacy with control of your senses, and leading an indisciplined life. You have wasted this life without giving any alms to the needy, without taking bath at holy places, or leading a life of discipline, without enjoying the company of holy saints. You have forsaken the love of true name, being engrossed in the greed, and have wasted the invaluable human life in the cycle of births and deaths. when the Yama will catch hold of your hair and push you to the ground for punishment, you will be facing death without having any inkling about it. O foolish man, you're always engrossed in a vilification of others without reciting true name and having no mercy on all others. You have been thrown in the hell without the support of true name, as you have not attained salvation without Guru's guidance. खिनमहि वेस करहि नटुआ जो मोह पाप में गलत गया इत उत माया देख पसारी मोह माया कै मगन भया करहे विकार विथार कनेरे सुरत शब्द बिन परम पया हों में रोग मह दुख लागा गुरुमत लेव हो रो गया. You're always enacting various tricks like magician in this life and are engrossed in sinful actions due to your love of the family. You're completely engrossed in love of Maya by seeing your worldly possessions and wealth all around. You're engrossed in dual-mindedness without the love of Guru's word, and you're being engaged in various vicious and sinful actions. You are engrossed in malady of egoism and suffering badly, but you could get rid of this by following Guru's guidance. Sukh sampat ko avat dekhai, sakat man abhiman bhaya, जिसका हो तन तन सो फिर लेवै अंतर सहसा दुख भया अंत काल किछ साथ न चालै ज्योति सह सब तिसहि मया आद पुरख परम्पर सो प्रभ हर नाम हृदय लय पार पया मुए को रोवै किसे सुनावै पैसागर असराल पया देख कुटुंब माया ग्रह मंदिर साकत जंजाल पराल पया. When faithless one enjoys comforts of Maya, then one feels proud. But when the God benefactor who has bestowed these favors withdraws them, then this human feels the loss. O human, at the end of this life, nothing will accompany you after death. Person who has inculcated the love of God, who is fountainhead of everything, is perfect and formless and aloof from the world, has been able to cross this worldly ocean successfully. When a person dies, what are you wailing and crying for, since he is not listening to your cries, having been drowned in the arduous ocean of this world? O faithless person, you're unnecessarily engrossed in worldly bondage by seeing Maya, and you're engulfed by worldly bondage. जाए ताए तिन्हें पठाए चाले तिन्हें बुलाए लिया जो किछ करना सो कर रहा बख्शण हारे बख्श लिया जिन्हें चाखिया राम रसायन तिनकी संगत खोज भया हृद सिद्ध बुद्ध ज्ञान गुरु ते पाया मुखत पदारथ शरण पया दुख सुख गुरमुख सम कर जाना हरक सोग ते बिरकत भया आप मार गुरमुख हर पाए नानक सहज समाए लिया. At the ordains of the God, a person is born in this world, and on his dictates he faces death and goes away from this world. Whatever pleases that Vaheguru happens, and the benevolent God benefactor has pardoned his saints, granting them salvation. Let us seek the company of such Guru-minded people who have partaken this nectar of true name. When we got bestowed through Guru's grace with occult powers, riddhis, siddhis, along with intelligent thinking and knowledge, then we attain salvation effortlessly. The person who has taken joy in sorrow and power has become free from pangs of sufferings through Guru's grace. O Nanak, the person who has gotten over one's egoism through Guru's guidance has been automatically united by God with himself.